Hello, welcome to the stream. I was worried there for a second because it was buffering, which it usually doesn't. Why is that always unmuted? Why is that strange? So, hello Mr. W, hello Kangafango. Welcome. So, game development tonight. That's probably what you're here for, aren't you? So, fancy seeing you here, Sharadice? Yes, indeed. And Mr. W. I know, right? Or rather, IKR. So, I did work on the pathfinding system a lot, and if I switch over, hopefully it won't end up crashing. This is the correct size, it should be. Well, here's a strange thing. I'll just wait until it switches over so it can confirm that it does. And it has, okay. So, a strange thing, on Twitch, when I'm not live, it says, oh, here's the recent video, the most recent video, and it showed the Palms and Trains, which is last week's train simulator, even though technically the most recent video on there, on Twitch, the archive on Twitch, is yesterday's Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 stream. Luckily, I'm not using that for my archives, mainly. I do have archives on so that I can download them and anybody can watch them if they want to watch it there, but no, that's not where I store them. So what's on the agenda to make today? Pathfighting? No, not fighting, finding. I don't know, yeah, it's weird. So, what I had written last time, it did not work. I mean, I fixed the bugs that were causing the errors at the end of last Friday's stream, and I got it to run without errors. However, it was basically complete nonsense what it did. Really, like, it actually was. If I maximize this, I can illustrate this a bit better. So, if you can see the mouse pointer, actually it might be better if I zoomed in, because then the mouse pointer is also unzoomed. So, if this here is the agent down here, and this is the target. So, what happened was, because it was everything within a range, it could be that this node looked at this node first, and started this one off, and then this one started that one off, and then, so it could be, if it did generate a path to it, but it could literally be just this node finds this one, then this node finds that one, then this one finds that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, until it eventually goes over here and finds it, and then that would be the path that the agent takes. So, no, that, I had to rewrite basically most of it. Right, so, then, yesterday, I rewrote most of it so that it actually goes for the closest node to the target. And then it goes to the next closest node, and then to the next closest node, which it's not ideal, but it would work in most cases. What I will use it for, it will probably work. And besides, what I will use it for, a little bit of unpredictability is a good thing. So, anyway, So, what happened with that is that essentially, if it say it wants to go to this target up here, it will look for the closest node to the target that it can find, which is probably this one, and then from here, it will go to this one, then that one, then this one, and then that one, kind of grow this circle out of nodes that are the closest to the target that it can see. Then it goes over until it gets to here, and it kind of spills over this edge, and it goes to this one, and the closest one is that one. Well, actually, that it can see, the closest one would probably be like this one up here, maybe, or that one, and then from here it can see the target. The issue with that is that if this is just the path, because the way the path gets generated is that it saves which nodes it went to before the current node, so that when the current node sees the target, it can just basically retrace its steps and tell that to the agent, so that the agent can follow that path. with this whole growing sphere thing, the agent ended up following that path, continuously going around in the sphere until it went over. So what I did today is I kept this, but then I implemented the thing in reverse as well. So then when it's found all of this, it will start from the target and try to find the closest node that is within the path, that's the closest node to the agent, and then follow that back, and then from that node, the closest one to that, and the closest one to that, and that works. Now, for this to actually really work, you can't really have spaces with dead ends, basically, because then the last node of the path could just, if it stops and then, there's no new node that has not been checked that it can see, so then it gets stuck, basically. So I still need to implement some sort of thing that then tries again, but tries a different path, so that it basically resets if it can't go any further, it gets stuck. However, this does kind of work, in this scenario at least. However, there's also a little bit of a bug where, because I'm using line tracing, line casting, to see if I can see a node or something, there's a little bit of a strange thing where sometimes the line goes through a collider. I'm not sure what that is about. Maybe it's because I'm doing it in the beginning frame of the scene or something like that, but if I press return, you should be able to see something happen. There you go. So the green nodes are the ones that it has searched, and the line is the thing that it's following until it sees its destination, and then it breaks off of the path and goes towards the destination, forming this very strange rectangle thing. So let's do it again. See, if I press return, it goes green and it follows the path. Because if you look, the target can see this node, and this node thinks it can see this node, even though there's a collider in between. Not sure why that's the way it is. I may end up scrapping this and just going for a normal A-star pathfinding system. However, I haven't given up on it yet. Let's just play around with it a bit. If I move this to, say, over here, the target, and then try it, let's see what it does then. See? Now it found this path to it. And here, it actually noticed that, you can't look through this, so it went to this one, and then looked over to this one. It's very, very strange. But it is something. It is a start. It is a start. Now if I moved, let's just say I move this over here, and if I take this thing, for example, if I did something like this, then it may get stuck. Like for example, let's see, if I press return, no, it actually surprisingly found its way out. Yeah, but there are some issues with this space as well, because then it tries to go down, but then it can't go down, then it goes up further, and then it goes around. So it does then kind of have to find its way out of this scenario and then go back out. Which is interesting. But it won't, basically it still needs work. It still needs work. And that is, for me, quite interesting. It is interesting work. I enjoy this sort of stuff. However, for watching, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, coding stuff, getting rid of it, coding it again, getting rid of it again, getting rid of it again, that sort of thing. So let's do something different. For example, reading chat. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, I saw your thing in the Discord. Something went wrong. Yeah, although that was of a different issue. That was not this issue. Same. It would work, should I? Yes. Off topic, but does anyone else notice the cold today? No, I was actually outside and I went up the hill. And then went around and then went back down the hill. And it wasn't particularly cold, although it is quite a steep hill, so muscle work does generate warmth. In the past few days, it has been a bit chilly outside, but not particularly today. You? Yes, it's been very cold today. Sunny at points, but rarely not cold, I think. Or at least it was cold for the last 30 minutes, that hour I went out for. I guess it depends on how much wind there is as well. Shadows, I can feel my brain dribbling. Too many variables. Really? Too many variables? I've not got that many. If I go over to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. These are all of the public variables. And then I do generate a few more, like this one, for example. Not that many. And yeah, you see, if I look in here, this is the get path I've got, and then I've got a slim path function, which this is the one that goes through the path in reverse. I'm doing quite a bit of stuff here with inverting lists and then going through them and doing all this. Also, I'm using a while loop here, and these can freeze your game if you don't find a way to break it in the logic. So I've just got a little timeout here, a counter that breaks if it's got too long, basically. And yeah, this bit renders the lines, the white lines. Anyway, right, let me continue reading chat. Chattanooga? No, not Chattanooga. I see. I mean, I was only outside for like 12 minutes or so, so maybe the cold would have become more noticeable. Now it works. Yay! Hash. Ghost. Or was it that way? I'm lost! Dun, 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 dun. That reminds me of a song by Random Encounters about Slender Man, where actually he's just putting up posters of some lost items, and then he gets lost and he actually chases the player because he wants help with finding his way out of the woods. Like, that I'm lost! Actually, maybe I can post that. It's quite a interesting song. It's good. It is good. I wouldn't listen to it all the time, but it is a good song. There you go. That is the link to that song that I meant. XD. Thanks for reading, chat. I can go through walls. This shouldn't be a problem. Well, most of them will not be able to go through walls, at least not intentionally. Although that would explain why sometimes the ray does go through walls and Pathfind through the wall. I didn't think I would still have directional problems when dead. Well, you are assuming that the beings, the ghosts chasing you through this, are the spirits of dead people. This may partially be true, but maybe not completely or wholly true. Well, Fredis, too many things going on for someone who has done no coding whatsoever. Yeah, that is true. I can definitely see that. You see, messages above. I thought so. Fredis, exactly that. I remember the I'm lost from there, but I didn't remember that it was from there. That's a song. Shadows. Strange how a horror icon became more of a meme icon. A meme icon, that sounds horrific in its own right. Anyway, hello V'ger, welcome. Welcome. Do you want to see a little demonstration of the AI that I've implemented so far? It works a little bit. So this is the agent down here. This is the thing that moves around, and it's trying to get to here. If I play this and press return, you can see what it does at the moment. It's this. The green things are the nodes that it's checked to try to get to where it's going, and obviously the white lines are the path that it's taken. Still needs work, as you can see, but it's working so much better than it did before, mainly that it's actually working. And yeah, if it sees the target, then it's going to just stop following the path and go straight towards the target. You posting it in the channel too? Sure. But that means that one second, I'll just post it in the channel. It'll only take a second, don't worry. No, don't worry, it'll only take a second. But it's already been 2 days. No, it'll only take a second. Trust me, trust me. Okay, I've posted it. There we are. Nope. There we are. Hey Avija, was just writing on my sketches. Good? Good. Thing is, if it's not intentional, people likely won't know. Yes, of course. That is a very, very good thing about game design, that you really have to mess something up so much for people to actually think, oh, that's unintentional. Unless you're going for something a bit out there, a bit risky, so then people think, oh, that's a bug, whereas actually, no, it's intentional. Because, for example, things like, if a ghost were to walk through doors, then, yeah, some people might think, oh, that's a pathfinding bug, even though, no, it's intentional. Or some graphical things as well can look like graphic glitches. That it is an interesting thing to deal with. Hello. Nice. Speaking of horror, anyone heard of Little Nightmares or Inside? Yes, I've heard of both. Looks like a misshapen 4. Little Nightmares, yes. Inside, maybe. Looks like, yeah, right? Haven't played either myself. Yeah, you're right with that. Or maybe a misshapen capital A. Yes. Inside was made by the same people as Limbo. Ah, right. Oh, I had no idea the inventors of Limbo, where you have to arch your back, also were into game development. No idea. Yeah, I've been watching playthroughs of Little Nightmares 1 and Inside. Oh my. And oh my, wow. They're both really scary for their own reasons. Oh, I see. Try this. Well, especially if a ghost goes through walls when it's not supposed to. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Yeah, but a lot of the sometimes that is actually the case. It's a little trick. Good. Shadice, have you heard of a game of the game Big Rigs? Over the road racing? Big Rigs? Yes. The subtitle of that? No, I did not know. Just like the game, I'm scared. Well, when I say I'm scared, I don't really mean that I'm in a game, but yeah, I know what you mean, don't worry. It's a truck racing game, and it's littered with bugs. You mean like scarabs? Stanley Parable does it a bit too. You think, oh, I've broken the game, and then the narrator goes, yeah, no. Yeah, but there it's deliberate. I think I've heard of that. How similar? Should I arch your... Huh? What? Your bag. Where in order to play the story, the game physically interacts with your PC. Of course, it always does. Any video game physically interacts with your computer because it is part of what is running on your computer. It has to run through the circuitry. It has to physically interact with the circuitry to do that. Unless you mean something different. Shadice, how did I know that was coming? Well, you've probably gained a pretty good idea of the sort of things I say. Why arch your back, Shadice? Limbo. Oh, sweet. And what does that do in regards to the game? Yes, Stanley Parable, where you can drop out of the office into the white light. If you crouch through the window. Shadice, haha, bugs. Like where you can accelerate infinitely when going backwards, buildings and bridges, not having colliders. Yeah. No. It makes files in your folder, and you gotta change stuff in your PC to play it. Well, I get what you're going for. The thing is, anything that has a saved state, anything that saves data on your computer, any game that you can save and load, writes files on your machine. making that a game mechanic that you actually have to go into the files it's saved and then change things, and it reads that is basically just the same thing as cheating in a game like Euro Truck Simulator, where you can go into the config files of the saved games files and then just give yourself basically infinite money. Yeah, that I've thought of making that a game mechanic as well, but until quite recently I've never really known how to specifically write files and read files at locations, and I also wasn't sure about the sandboxing. I did do research into that, and now I know how to do most of that, which is also how modding is what modding is used for. So modding is essentially the same thing. If you don't mind me gushing about the two games, Little Nightmares at one at least, and definitely the main game rather than the first two DLCs. Horror game with two DLCs. More focuses on physical horror and tension, and more stealth. Inside scares you with the implications, aside from, I think, the secret ending, which is more physical horror. I haven't seen it, but I think I've heard what it is. Oh, okay, that's cool. Like a meta thing. Oh, right. Like change the time and date on your PC. Oh, I see. Oh, right. It's part of the gameplay, actually. Yeah. I'm not sure if that goes against the user license agreement with Steam. I'm not sure exactly if anything like that is mentioned. But yeah, that sounds interesting. I think Simulacra is a little like it, but less meta. Those files it makes in that folder are puzzle solutions. Yes, I was thinking that. Sure, there's 3 ones actually, but I haven't finished watching the final DLC. Okay. Well, if it went against it, I don't think the game would be on Steam. Yeah, that's true. Although there are games on Steam which I know go against Steam's the license agreement that you have to agree to be a publisher on there. Not sure if they got special exemption from that, or if it just they didn't realize it, but there are some games on there. Little Nightmares, horror musical, cues and strings DLC add-on, $7.99 when the immersion isn't enough. And you need them to get all achievements and unlock the ending. There are 7 achievements. Good. Steam's rules and regulations. Yeah. So first things first. First rule of Steam. Have a safety valve, so that if there's too much pressure, it gets released in a controlled way instead of exploding the boiler. That's rule number 1 of Steam. Rule number 2, never have valves in a place where superheated steam can be vented onto people. That's another really, really important one. Number 3, always have enough water in the boiler so that the boiler doesn't explode due to not being cooled anymore. There are a lot of rules about Steam. Those are kind of the main ones. Stingers, not string. Oh, I thought like... Oh, I see. Musical cues and strings. I thought like string instrument, like violins, but no. Stingers. Yeah, XDDDD. Ha 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 ha. I think the DLCs are The Depths, The Hideout, and The Residents. Oh, that's where the company got all of their money from. All of those orders for hideout flags for that DLC. That's interesting. In that order. Badum bloody Tish. Oh, I didn't realize my table was bloody, because Tish with SCH is table in German. Alright, yeah. A bloody Tish. Ha! You did the same joke as me. Tish, German word for table. Haha, yeah, there you go. Ew. I said stingers, not strings. Yes, I know. I read when you said it before that you're correcting me. And tish is a shortened word for tissue. Ew. You both made the joke. Snap. Get the balloons. Get the confetti. Well, I would, but then Ghost Lady might take over the stream again, which, well, oh, this is actually interesting. We've gone for half an hour and haven't actually done any work yet on the stream. So, you up for some work? Right. I think the answer should probably be yes to that. Right? Is the answer yes? Probably yes. So, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let's go into the game scene and have a look. Yes, good. Good, good, good. I think, okay, so I think there are two main things that it could work, well, three main things. One is to add more to the environment up top here. So things like actual grasses, and yes, grasses, because the plural for grass is grass. However, the plural for grass species or types of grass is grasses, like fish. Fish, a fish, multiple fish, also fish, multiple species of fish, fishes. So I could do that, like make grasses, shrubs, bushes. That would, I could also try putting textures onto the trees. Or thing number two is I could continue to paint the archways, like the the normal archways. Continue to paint the archways down below. In the mazes, option number three is to work on a little bit of a different game mechanic, which is not a main game mechanic, but it is an interaction with NPCs. Because if you look up here, I have painted about half of this. I haven't done any work here since last stream. I focused mainly on the AI. I think I'll continue with the painting, and then afterwards we'll do a bit of developing the interactions with something. Well, models maybe for. And we'll develop the little thing in the forest that I had planned, which I thought would be quite cute. Right, so this thing I need to go into. By the way, hopefully this won't crash my computer again. It shouldn't do, but then it shouldn't have done it the first time either. So I need this view to align properly. Like this. And yeah, actually, can I disable that? Yes, I can. Good. Okay, need to read chat again. Yedge. Meh, sure, go for it. Like fish and fishes. Yes, snap. What was one? I missed it as I was doing something. Number one, was doing grasses and bushes. So basically working on the surface environment. Which one did you miss? One, the first. Alright, first one was doing grasses. What was the game mechanic of third one, Charles? It was an idea I've had for a little interaction with some characters that you could potentially find in the forests. A way of getting a memory shard. A little thing you can. Yeah, I'll get into it a bit more when we actually get to that point. I don't want to spoil too much. Right, so let's just continue texturing this. Is this the right angle? Not entirely convinced. I think it is. Right, so yeah, just kind of continuing to texture these, and it is mirrored along the, well, it would be the x-axis, so I only have to paint half of this archway. Yes. And yes, this would be easier with a trackpad. And I do have a pen for an iPad. However, I'm not sure how to hook that up. Or even if it still works. It has been a long, long time. Anyway. And yes, as I'm doing this, you can see I am changing the angle of the strokes. Also, there is a word for carved out stone blocks like these, and it's not bricks, it is a specific word. I learned it last week, however I've forgotten it, so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. So, I guess now's the time that we can talk. By we, I mean I can talk to you, and then you can talk to me when I will get to reading chat in about 2 hours. And yeah, this doesn't have to be exact. It can be... I don't have to go... I don't have to be that accurate with the borders of the blocks. I'm so happy about Transport Fever 2 and how that is working. I was so worried that it may not even work on my Mac because apologies, because it's a new game. But no, it works perfectly fine. I guess that's what happens when you do extensive beta testing for a long time, which they did. Which, well, it paid off, so that's good. Save this. Do not want this to go to waste in a crash. And by the way, the thing about reading chat in about 2 hours, that was not a joke. That was I was being completely serious in that, and if it is taken as a joke, then that is a mistake, because I was being completely serious about that. And given that 2 hours have already passed, well, in a couple of minutes, in about a minute or so, I think I'll be getting to reading chat soon. How does that look? These ones are a bit brighter than the rest. Oh no, it's probably just the angle of it that made it look like that. Anyway, there we go. The creepy goblin, you could hear the sounds of in the lava dimensions, orange foggy corridors. Well, I did say that anything that makes a sound in this game, I want to actually be a thing. I don't want to have phantom sounds. Unless there is an actual phantom, in which case it's fine. Carvages? Charles? Not sure why. Glad it's working. Great work, Urban Games. I'm glad you're supporting the macOS platform. Yes, me too. Same with SES Software. Shadows? Shadows. Lava Shard? Lava Shard? No, not Lava Shard. Not working on the Lava Shard now. Or today. If I do have the Lava Shard, then I want it to be... Well, I want to have a lot more of the game finished before I add stuff like that. I want to have much more finished of the forest level type before I delve into making other level types. And you can see on the texture over here, on this bit, on the left of the window, it is actually putting the strokes on the texture as well, because that's what it's doing essentially. It's mapping the place that I'm clicking on the 3D model to, using the UV coordinates of it, to a 2D texture, and then it's painting on that 2D texture. That looks good. Now, an important thing I need to remember is not to quit Blender when I'm done with this, because I don't really want to resize Blender after it crashed doing that last time. So yeah, I will try to remember to keep it open. I thought you said lava shark at first. Well, remind me, what is this lava shard? I don't think you know it. It is from a previous attempt of making this game. Well, one of the two hubs, because this game is kind of a combination, a merging of two other games I've previously made. One of them I've only attempted making once, the other one I've attempted making twice. So yeah, this is a combination of both, which is kind of split between the surface and the mazes. Those were the kind of the two games, and they are now, I'm merging them into one game because they work quite well together, and they can definitely benefit from having each other. So, like people actually, like people. So, yeah, the lava shard was an item that I had added to the previous version of the maze section of this game, where there were these statues you could find in the maze, and if you hit them all with a crowbar, a volcano appeared, like a small volcano, only like 2 meters across, and if you jumped in there, then you got teleported to a lava maze type structure, or lava structure, and it was quite different. It was quite different, and one of the items you could find there was a lava shard. My plan for that was you need that item to make some other things, to unlock some other stuff, things like that, which I still want to have in this game, that sort of system. However, the lava shard itself, I don't know yet. We'll see. It's from the previous attempts at making this game from years ago. Shadows, and will you bring back the breakable crates, statues, and their purpose/mechanic as well? In some form, maybe. Probably. In some form, probably, yes. But I can't confirm that. To be fair, a black serrated fin coming out of molten lava would look so good. No doubt I've made a mistake with this, that Shadow is going correct. No. I mean, no, there's no mistake there. You don't need to expect a correction to always come. And no, this is not a correction. It is simply a statement. Snap platypus. No. Different thing. Down to the exact phrasing. Shadows, I also thought that it would apply to people when you said it. Shadows, well, that escalated quickly. Shadows, wasn't sure whether I should have mentioned the volcano, but since you already have, I just wanted to mention that the volcano looked great, and its appearance with the sudden reverb effect was so good. Yes, however, something that's not good is the bot that we've just got in there. You don't need to tell me to ban it. But you've already banned it. Oh, hello, Slovak Eagle. You're bringing bots in your wake, I assume? Bout. Hello, by the way, hello. Bout. Oh, hi. I'm doing good, yes. You? Yes, me too. I can show you the thing quickly. Just the little AI improvements. We haven't really done much this stream yet. I've mostly been answering chat stuff. So, AI test. That's wrong. So, Slovak Eagle. The AI stuff I'd started implementing last time, didn't work. There were just glaring issues with it. So, over the past week, I have rewritten most of it, and now it kind of works. It still has a lot of issues. And it doesn't really work if there are enclosed spaces where the dead ends. But if you look at this, if I press return, this Oh, that's wrong because it's I see because it's in maximize. No. But now you can see that this ball right here down there will find a way to get to the cube there. So I press play and press return. There you go. The green dots are the things it searched, and the white is the path that it's found. You can see there is still a little bit of an issue here in this little area. But yeah, it is working. At the moment, it is working as intended, which is good. So there you go. And when it sees its target, it is going to jump off of the path and go straight towards the target. So that is what I've done off stream. Nope, that was the thing you weren't supposed to see. Right, what I was doing this stream is, so far, painting stone blocks of the archway. I will do some other stuff as well with a thing that will be found in the woods. I might actually start making the models for that, because that could be quite fun. And it wouldn't spoil too much of what it will actually do in the forest. Right. And no, not the thing from the films, the thing. I mean other things. Hey, the thing? You mean the alien? No, not that. See? I knew you were. I knew it. No, not the thing. Not the thing. No, we don't need to electrify any floors here. XD. Nah. First half hour was reading chat and him showing us this. But it was great. Yeah, well, I also explained it, and that took a while. Ball! Cube! Yes. Shadows. What's the baking set to in this scene? Which scene? Do you mean the game scene? I do have a ambience from the skybox baked. I may need to change that at some point. Fight! You want to fight with me? I think I'll decline that, to be honest. Nice, I agree. Shadows, what were we not supposed to see? I accidentally loaded the wrong testing scene. Transport fever style. Floor to electrify 4,600 pounds. Cha-ching. Yeah. I get that. I get what you mean. I feel like I'm painting a fence. You know what? I should maybe take a lesson from Tom Sawyer and get you to paint that, although now that I've said this, you're probably not going to do it. Tom Sawyer, the irresponsible child. I remember that song from one of the versions of that story, one of the film versions of that story. Huckleberry Finn. Was it? Ball and Cube were supposed to fight, I think. Step 3, profit. More like the opposite, but alright. XDDD. Kangfanger, step 1, lose money. Step 1, lose money. Step 2, electrify the floor so you delay your death. Then step 3, profit. Yeah. Step 1 was electrify it and lose money. Which is, surprisingly, also true in Transport Fever. If you electrify the rails, by that time, the tracks, I mean, still with overhead wires, unless you've got like a third rail mod installed. So I think that looks quite good. Me patiently waiting for one asset to appear on the DLS so I can release update to Central Europe. Well, at least you've got the patience. I've also been working on something in trains in the past week. I've been doing a lot of terraforming. Obviously not on the Milton Valley Railroad, because the Milton Valley Railroad is being done on stream completely. At least the route part of it. Like the actual map part of it. But on a different route. Aha! You tried the old Tom Sawyer maneuver. Without ter. Without ter? Why without two? Good luck. Hope to appear soon. Wow, Paradise. What route was it then? It was a route with a placeholder name. Placeholder name is the Thorpedale. It's Thorpedale. I think it's Thorpedale through the ages, but I'm not quite sure if that will stick. It's just a placeholder name. Right. All that I want to say about it is that it takes place on an island and it's in the UK. And that it's something that I wanted to do in trains for quite a while. And I tried different approaches to it, and this is the one that shows the most, by far the most promise. Not tried the. Alright. Oh, you tried the old. Alright, I see. Oh, interesting, Paradise. Tell us more. Tell us more. I think not about this. But if you want me to tell you more about something else, then that can be doable, probably. Unless you want to talk about another top secret thing, like for example the Nithok Theatre. That won't work. Any updates on any updates on any Doctor Who stuff? Not that I'm aware of. As in, let's talk about the Nithok Theatre. No. Oops, that went fast. Any more rants, basically? Well, there are some things I could rant about if I wanted to, but I really don't feel like it. I really don't feel like it at the moment. I mean, if you really want to, you can always find stuff to be annoyed about. Some things are more important to get annoyed about than others. But the things that it's important to get annoyed about are also the kind of things that are not necessarily best discussed on a Twitch live stream. Let's save it for tomorrow. The Nithok Theatre does sound like a place in an RPG. It might, yeah. Alright, it does. For the Nithok Theatre, I will also have to make some recordings at some point. But that is still quite far away because I have a lot of other stuff to work on before I can do that. I started work on the Untitled Theater a while ago because I needed to have a thing that the player can spend memory shards for. So I did already do some development in that. Like, I mean, you know, the memory shard bin from quite a few streams ago. That was by the Untitled Theater, where the red cube is over, the red cube of spoiler protection. Where voice comments can be left as well. Oh, I see. Sure is. Fair. Okay, made any progress on how or if this game is going to link in with your others? Well, yeah, I made... So, first of all, yes, it is definitely going to link in with my other games in that shared universe. Definitely. And a lot of the ways, the major ways that it will connect with them, I've already decided before I even started making this game. I did come up with a few other ways that it could potentially link in. I have thought about that, but those things are not stuff that I want to discuss now because I want the players to be able to discover it themselves. Additionally, I haven't set it in stone yet, exactly how it will connect. I do know the direction of it and how things are going to connect, but the intricacies of it I haven't set in stone yet. So, yes. But that is exciting, that is exciting. So, you heard of the new ETS2, not DLC. I tried to combine DLC and ETS2 and it was ECL2, but no. Announcement? Yes, I did. Iberia. Ooh, recordings. Yes. Heart of Russia. Oh, the announcement, yes. I thought the announcement of the release date of Iberia. But yeah, yes, that as well. I'm quite excited. Brilliant stuff. Can't wait for all of their DLC. Yes, they can't wait to have your money. Nah, that wasn't meant as it sounded. No, it's good, it's good. They do put a lot of work into that stuff and they deserve to be paid for it. Same. I've even commented on it on their blog. KPA3 270. Nice. And Iberia and 1.4T lighting system is releasing next month. Yes. Shaddais, is there also going to be a mossy version of these walls? Yeah, I'm planning on having a lot of different versions of, well, quite a few different versions of these textures. However, the moss stuff and things like that, I will probably put in an image editor rather than paint onto the model. So I'll probably load the export textures into something like Pixelmator Pro and then put the moss on there. And thinking about it, I may also do the same thing with cracks, although I'm not sure because I have started doing it the other way. I may try both ways, compare them, and then choose one way. Or maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do both. Update. Not system, but yes. Oh right, I see, Shaddais. How will you do the dirt/weathering? Dirt/weathering. Yeah, I will likely also do that in an external image editor, because I can work with layers there, and layers will make that sort of thing much easier. As well as I can use actual images for it, and for different brush types as well. Oh, buffering. Back now. Phew. Okay, great. Shadows, yeah, just use the spray brush, set it to brown, and off you go. No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Additionally, I may have to have a different texture for when I generate the normals, because moss that's on these bricks will be darker than the bricks. So when I generate the normal map, it would generate that as a depression. However, the moss is on top, so I will likely have to have a different, well, like I said, a different texture that I generate the normal map from, where the moss areas are lighter than the bricks instead of darker. Either that, or I make it as a separate mesh on top, but I think that is going to be better. Although, depending on the art style, I may make the moss actual 3D models. Like low poly ones, but 3D models on the bricks. That's also another option. That could make it more randomized, so making it feel less samey when walking down corridors. And gone again. Nice. Oh. Actually, come on, be good to me now. There we go. Yay. Great. Hey, Shadows, don't you mean proceduralized? No, I do not. Haha. Because procedural generation is when the game generates the actual content itself. Random generation is when both is random to an extent, but when you're talking about random generation versus procedural generation, random generation is when there's pre-made content, and the randomness comes in how the game puts it together, basically. So if I do make the moss objects themselves as models, then it will be randomly generated if it picks where to put what moss. It won't be if it actually generated the mesh itself and put the textures on it, then it would be procedural generation. But yeah, I get what you were going for. Shadows, yeah, that's all fair enough and all, but wouldn't it look weird if one segment is all clean and stuff, and the next is completely mossy, and then there's another clean one? Yes, that is true. I probably wouldn't put that much moss on it. I might just put moss on a couple of bricks, on some of them. Oh, hello, Chris. Welcome. How are you today? Hey, Chris. Shadows. Oh, so it's the other way around. Yes, it is. Hey. Right, so now that I've done this, I think it looks quite good, and this one could use a little bit more white on there. Just touching up a few that are a bit too dark. Just sort of generally, just from a bit further away, like this. That area could use a little bit of a touch up there. Right, now let's export this texture. So save as, and this needs to be Roman ceiling segment 6x6 1. Save, overwrite. Then if I go back and I go in, it should have already updated. Now it's time to find it. I think one of the reasons why we had this bug with the thing going down may have been the location, because ever since I've enabled the random placement of the entrance, I don't think I've encountered that bug anymore. Although it is now also much more difficult to locate. Oh, there it is over there. Hello, little gate spirit. How was your day today? Night today. Good, great. Yes, bye, see you soon. Right. Good thing there's nothing lurking here yet. There's nothing trying to hide in the woods or in the hills yet. Yeah, see, it worked again. And yes. Yeah, that looks much better. It's not got a normal map yet. Also, these middle bits, these ones, these rings, they will need to have a different texture. Or I need to get rid of them. I'll deal with that later. However, the actual texture of the bricks, without normal map at the moment, yes, I think that looks good. I think it fits well. Oops. Meant to go on like sort of like this, so I can have a bit of a more steady look at it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, be right back. Shadows, what did you say to my bigger message? I missed it, sorry. Oh, I said that I won't have an entire segment be mossy. I'll just have some bricks be more mossy, and then a few others not mossy and things like that. And if I have a few of them, most of them will have a little. So, for example, that brick over there, that one in the center there might be mossy, or that one, or that one, or that one, that one, kind of like this. So I might actually have different planes, like different faces that can be turned on and off, depending on if the brick is mossy or not, which would be a lot of extra geometry on a scale like this, but it should be fine. It should be fine. That is also just an idea. It's not definite. There were side noises. Side noises? What do you mean, side noises? Ooh, export. Back now. Hello. Hiya. Ligil card. If you're real, there it be. Avast. Are the gate spirits going to make sounds? Yes, they will. You've asked this before. I imagine them sounding like Navi from the Legend of Zelda. Well, that is an option. But previously you said you imagined them sounding like, or maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was someone else. Someone previously said they imagined them sounding like the white light from It, the horror film. I'm not sure if it was you. I thought it was you, but I think it might have been someone else then, in that case. No idea who that is or what it sounds like. Shadows, looks like brushed stone? No, it's supposed to look like a bit, there's a specific word for it, a specific type of marble, which does have these patterns in it. I didn't think you would. Yep, although I have played a little bit of one of the games where emulator. Oh, right. Just some mossy Stratus. Oh, did I? Oops. It may have been someone else. I thought it was you, but I'm not sure. What does the Navi of Legend of Zelda sound like? Or Navi? Well, since they like to... Okay, so the Navis are the ones who build the canals in England. And since they had already a lot of experience building ditches, tunnels, embankments, they also built the first railways. So a lot of them actually came from, I think, from Ireland. Yeah, I think most of them came from Ireland, the Navis. So, yeah, Irish. Oh, right, from Legend of Zelda, sorry. In that case, oh, yeah, sorry. What does the Navy of Legend of Zelda sound like? Well, listen to it yourself. It's better than me trying to describe it. Nope, because I have no idea what the white light from it sounds or even looks like. Yeah, in that case, it was someone else. I'll put a YouTube clip if you want, but it's little chirps of squeaky noise. Like, hello, hey, listen. Yeah, like that, I bet. Ah, right, good. So, with this done and not dusted, because I want the dust here, it's a look, a new look, some might say. But then we would get brand issues. Yeah, I'm really liking how this is coming together. And there's nothing stalking these halls yet, except for the player. It looks quite different to when we first implemented this, the underground stuff, right? Ta-da! Moon. Well, something that looks like the moon, anyway. Whether it is the actual moon or not, that remains to be seen. Mr. W, the white light from it. I'd suggest looking up it 1990 deadlights. True. XD, try this. Whenever I hear deadlights, I always think of like headlights of a car that like an animal sees and then it gets frozen by the lights. Because it freezes and then it gets hit by the car. So that's what I always think of, like deadlights, like headlights of a car and then... Try this, XD try this. Oh, like that. You want the dust? You want the dust there. Haha. Look beautiful. Very different. But with the corridors being this tall, I just imagine the player being able to jump over the ghosts. No, that will not happen. Unless it's got I've got like a puddle ghost or something like that. So, next, what to do next? Well... No, not a well. Something else. I want something else. Yeah, sure. Let's start modeling some of those forest characters that will be able to be encountered by the player. So, I need to go into models, creatures, not the Dark Snatcher. Let's go with Hide Shroom 1. That should be sufficiently cryptic for everybody. Looks the Drain Ghost. Yeah, that was the one I meant. So let's start off with a cube. There you go. It's nice, it's a cube. And then let's put on the mirror modifier, so I need to delete half of it. And the half I need to delete is the left half. Oops. Like this. So that I do see the side bit if I mirror. If I go to the side. So, next mirror modifier, turn clipping on. There we go. Hide shroom 1.blend, indeed. Next, let's make this a bit rounder. Okay, so cursor to world origin, and let's, instead of making it median point focus, let's focus around the 3D cursor, and then I can kind of move this in a bit like that, and then like this, which means that these ones can be moved out a bit, just sort of like that. That should be good. I wish Twitch gave you more formatting options with the chat. Font options, italic, bold, underline, colors, and being able to set what's a link and what isn't. Font size too. Would be nice. However, it would also make it much more chaotic, which would make it much more difficult for streamers to read live, basically. Also, this is currently a 2x2 meter sized thing, which I don't want it to be. Let's say a bit smaller, like this. So like 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. That should be better. Now, let's start with, since this is a bit of a shroom, let's give it a little bit more of a bulge. So a little bit like that. And then let's work on the cap. So, okay. Not like that. Like that. And this needs to go down a bit. And this does not have a face band in the middle, right? No, that should be good. Let's make it a bit bigger. Sort of like that. Extrude. Let's make it round. Let's make it go up. I think it can get a little bit wider. So like this, then going straight up like that. And then, well, yeah, I suppose it should really go down a little bit. So like this. And I'm already seeing that I need to make the stem of it larger. And up here for the top, since I've got all these faces here, I can just move these up a bit to create a little bit more of a round dome like this. There you go. Turn off X-ray mode. Now, there you go. Now, image embeds, all that. More emotes too. Yeah, but there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Yep, and better ones. Will there be wooden barrels too? I think that the shape of the stem of the mushroom probably reminded you of this. Wooden barrels, probably, yeah. I mean, you gotta have wooden barrels, right? Lovely thing. Yeah, it's not finished yet, haha. Right, so let's move this up a bit. Sort of like this. And then let's select this down there. And let's disable clipping so that I can actually split the mirror. So like this. Then turn clipping back on. And I think you can more clearly see where I'm going with this now. And I do want to make this look more rounded. A well-rounded character. Oops, not those two. These ones like that. And these ones need to actually go back as well. Like that. And then maybe like this as well. Kind of tricky to get this to be round. But I think this is probably round enough. Smooth shading. Yes, I will do smooth shading once I've done a bit more of the actual shape, because this way it's easier to see where the faces are to select them. Yeah, I'd say make it random whether it spawns a breakable crate or breakable barrel. Maybe. However, some items may be unique to one or to another, so maybe. Barrel. Try this. Huh? 2? I see. Oh, are they gonna wobble around? Legs? Eek! Well, now that I know about how you feel about legs, I should have probably warned you. Yes, it's gonna have legs. And at this point, I can make it the medium point again. Well, let's leave it. Let's leave it. There we go. Then let's get it a bit smaller like that. A bit smaller again. Down like this. A bit wider. And then go like nubby, like this. Can put in another loop cut there. Maybe make this a bit more round as well. Here as well. There you go. Alright, they need to be more rounded, definitely. Definitely need to be more rounded. Ooh, now I need to turn on X-ray for this. Sorry if you get tumors. Get it because of X-ray? Yeah, it wasn't a good joke, I know. More like that, I think. Actually, I think that's a bit too much. But yeah, the tumors joke, because it's actually a thing, a mushroom grows out of the earth, and X-ray tumors, because actually the root tumor and the... Yeah, never mind. Okay, I need to actually move this up so that it's solidly on the floor, like this. Mushroom? Yes, indeed. Ah, XD. Yeah. Dubbed the Hide Shroom 1. Okay, yeah. XD. Will you rig it today too? No. There's not that much time, unfortunately. Probably. Weight paint and also bone it, maybe? I will not rig it. I will not rig it today. I don't think so. Try this, yeah, X-ray. I also thought, uh-oh. Don't worry, whistles ominously. Everyone. Right, so. This is one part of it now. Let's see, this is... Yeah, I do need to make the actual... I do need to make it a bit bigger. So if I grab this, pull it up to about there, then... Ooh, that's wrong. I need to go with 3D cursor again and then make sure that's the world origin. And kind of move this up a bit. That's better, I think. Yeah, it gives you a bit more of a view of it. Although now this looks too small. I'm just gradually upscaling the whole thing. It's like saying, oh, this glass looks too full. Let's drink a bit of the other one to make it more balanced. Oh, now this glass looks too full. Well, better drink a bit more of that one to make it more balanced. Well, now this one's a bit... And then you're completely drunk. It's a joke in quite a few films. There you go. I think that's a good one. Nope, too small. This needs to be a bit bigger. Like that, maybe? No, that's too big. Like that, maybe. Yeah, it looks too much like a hat now. I need to center it around this thing. The 3D cursor. Actually, no, not around this. I need to center it between these two vertices, so that it's actually in the center of the model. There we go. Then you can select this again. And then just make it a bit taller as well. Because I did want this to be round. Like that. There we go. Does that look good? Thing is, if I make it too big, then there won't be a difference to how it was before. Maybe like this would be good. And yeah, this will need to be downscaled again, because at the moment this is over 1 meter in height. It's not supposed to be this big. Ooh, looks ominous. So big? Bit big, isn't it? It is a bit. It is a bit. It is a bit. But the thing is, it is supposed to look. It is the cap is supposed to be quite big. The cap? Oh well, looks good. No, the cap is supposed to be quite big. Now, on to the next thing. Oh, did I? That doesn't look right. Oh, I guess I must have not selected that when I did the thing. There, that should fix it. Right, now let's do this over here. Can you guess what these are gonna be? Nightmare fuel? No. Anything could be nightmare fuel. I will probably give this a subsurf modifier as well at some point, just so that things will look a bit smoother. That's gonna be good. There we go. Yes, I know it looks like an earbud, but no, it's arms. Okay. The cap. Oh well, looks good. What's it supposed to look like? Like, will it have eyes? Yes, it will have a face. A teethy mouth? Do you mean toothy mouth? Well, maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Or will it? Who knows? You probably. Will it? It may. It may not. Arms. Nightmare fuel, XD. Nightmare fool? Who knows? Ooh, creepy earbud. Toothy, yeah. Oh. Well, there we go. Right, so. That's good. That's good. So now let's do smooth shading. It's better. And let's also scale it down. Oops, what happened? That's not what I meant to have happen. I think I accidentally hit it. Which is surprisingly accurate for a height room. So let's size it down. So it's over 1 meter tall, let's say 0.2. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. The size for it. Ooh, much better. Moo, moo. Oh, if we got some cattle around. Ooh, oh. Too small now, should I? No, I think this is probably a good size for it. Probably a good size. Like one of this, like this grid here, this 1 by 1 meter. So it's actually not that small. Although, you're right, let's get it into Unity to see what it looks like. FBX. Right, so where is it? Creatures. Let's just put this in game, and I will give it the snap to ground script so that when it spawns on a hill, it won't be in the ground. Layer mask, ground. That should be good. So if we look at it now, where is it? Did it work? Oh yeah, you see, it's down there. Yeah, it is a bit small. You're right. Maybe twice the size would be better. Let's try that. There we go. That's better. Although I may have to change this when I add grass, because the grass might be so big, so tall, that I'll need to, well, tell you what, let's double its size again. Well, maybe not double it, maybe do 1.5 times. Because I do want you to be able to see detail on it as well. Yeah, that's more of a better size for it, I think. If you imagine, we've got shrubs and grass on here as well. Like it's tiny. Can we see it in the game? Yeah, you just did. Rigid bunny? No. Oh, box collider? No. Oh. Doubles the size? Oh. Yes! Called it. Looks cute. Will it get clothes? No. Why would a mushroom need clothes? If you'd implement crouching, this size should be fine. Will the face be on the cap or below it, Paradise? Well, I'm glad you asked. It will be below it. Right, for this, though, actually, okay, I'm going to duplicate the blend file to have backup before I add the subsurf. So duplicate that, one pre-sub-surf, which stands for subdivide surface or subdivision surface. So, as you can see, this is the faces of it at the moment. Let's add a... Oh, if they've got smooth modifiers as well, I had no idea. Those are probably new, somewhat new. Where is it? Subdivision surface, there we go. You can see that it now got a lot smoother all of a sudden. So I can turn this off and on. There you go. And this will have added Yeah, you can see this basically the difference. Okay, let's apply it. Actually, is that right? Yeah, that is right. And yeah, this is how many faces it now has, which is much better for making the face of it. Right, so I want its nose. Yes, it has a nose, or it will have a nose rather, to come out the front of its face. Like the middle of it, I mean. Oops. Need to go back to, oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Let's do it selected to that. And now let's scale it. There we go. And now let's extrude this. That's quite funny. Actually, maybe that's good. Maybe that sort of shape is what I want. It looks kind of root-like. However, I do not want it to be... tell you what, let's make it a bit bigger. So, a little bit taller as well, sort of like that. And then this tip is going to be made a bit smaller like that. Actually, like this. And then let's twist it a bit. So let's twist it down. So like that, then turn it a bit more. Then like that, then turn it a bit more. That. A bit more. Turn a bit more. What would that look like? It needs nostrils. That's a phrase common to game development. Like anything you build, yeah, it looks good, but it needs nostrils. Kind of like that. Nah, that's not pronounced enough. Let's come further out to the side. Because it is going to be quite small, so it needs to be quite pronounced. Maybe this tip not as pronounced. I think that's a good nose, and right, I need to turn off clipping for this. Yes, I know the player will likely never see this, but let's turn it into median point. Let's make this a bit smaller. 1 second. Like this. There you go. That's what I meant. You know what? Let's just add a little bit more detail. Just like this. Let's make smooth. Shade smooth again. There we go. And there you go. Nice nose. I think I need more of a bridge. A nose bridge. I think that's probably better. There you go. That's a nose if I ever did see one. And then time for the eyes. The eyes. Oh no, it's eyes. It's eyes. Yeah, never look a mushroom in the eyes. This is going to be a bit of an awkward shape to do. Right, so let me try to get this a bit more symmetrical. So this over like that, like this. That's this. If I get this right underneath it there. This is, I think, quite symmetrical in the shape. It's too pointy up top. I think that's a good shape. Maybe a bit too small. Yeah, probably. Let's actually select this one and then try to scale it from that point. So like that. Ooh, that might look good. That will look good. So like this, just going in a bit. Not that much. Just going in, like I said, just going in a bit. And duplicating that again. Then changing it back to median point. No, not individual origins, median point. And then scaling this down. Going back in a bit. Scaling that down. There you go. Eyes. Those look nice. Then it needs a mouth. I'm not sure of how exactly I'll do the mouth. Considering that the mouth will probably not have to open, I might be able to get away with just having it like a face, like a thing. I think I'll probably add another loop cut for it though. So if I have it like this, and this like that, what would it look like if, well, first of all I need to change this a bit. So like this more. What if I did this and just extruded this in a bit? Oh, clipping's off. That'd be why. Well, it does look okay. Doesn't look great at the moment, but it looks okay. I think... okay, we need another loop cut sort of... Oh, but that adds a lot of geometry along the arm as well. That's not ideal. Okay, well, how about I do it like this? Say, if that's the top, then I need one more there. I need one more there. So then I can select these two. If I actually make it a bit more pointy like that, I can select these, extrude these ones out a bit, maybe. Extrude this in a bit. It looks okay, but clipping's off again. Probably because I undid the other thing. Actually, this needs to be a bit broader. So this needs to go to sort of over there. Which means that this one needs to actually go over there. That's not ideal, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So just sort of like that. Make it, maybe make it a bit... no. Like this, I think, might be better. And extruding this inward. I think that looks nice. Oh, it needs this thing on the upper lip where it kind of has this thing. I don't know how to describe it. Where the upper lip kind of goes the little ridge that goes to your lip. So we did like this, and then like that. I think that looks good. I think that has character. Nostrils. Right, let's export it, then I'll read chat. I want to get this right. 1 second. Maybe if I zoom out, it'll be easier. Yeah, that's a lot less laggy for some reason. Actually, let's give it a bit more... well, yeah, let's give it a bit more clearance. Let's do it up here. And there we go. Right. Where was I? Will the face be on the cap or below it? Below it. Or on the chest? Yes. Suggestion: make the eye sockets empty and add the eyes as rotatable and animatable spheres afterwards. Maybe. Eyelids should be semicircles with the flat bottom face deleted, I'd say. Maybe it doesn't need eyelids. Should I say, will it get a tail? No, it will not. You enjoy this, Mr. W? Should I say, maybe turn it upside... Turn it up instead? You mean the nose? Or what do you mean? Of course. Do you reckon he's a fun guy? Yeah, fun guy. Yes. Fun guy. I get the joke. And there you're giving him some cool faces with... what is that? A lightning bolt? Morphing time? I don't think so. I think the nose should be up a little more. Yeah, that is a thing, but the thing is, if I put the nose up a bit more, since you're going to be looking at it from the top down, you won't really see the face that much. So I do want to have the things, that's why I extended, made it a bit taller. I may put the entire face down a little bit. Yes, from this angle, it would look better a bit higher up, but if you're looking at it top down, you wouldn't be able to see it. A little more, if that is his nose. Yes, it is his nose. Or thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Should I look so weird? This is supposed to look like a fairy tale creature, but a little bit more realistically rendered. Like a fairy creature, like from Irish mythology, something like that. Like a fae creature. So good. Looks so good. Maybe ears as well. The arms are kind of the ears. I think it looks better if it's a bit less human. It doesn't have ears. Yes. Never look it in the eyes. But you're streaming it, and once you get to the eyes, there's no escaping it. So are these enemies or allies? These? Well, they are neither. I'm not going to spoil too much. These are going to be a little bit mischievous, but generally helpful. XD, allies? Allies? Ha 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 ha. It's gonna look so nice with pupils. Yeah, these make great teachers. Yes, need some sunglasses. And puff up the cheeks, Shard Eyes. I'm not sure about that. Shard Eyes, make his face like this. Well, no, I don't think so. Looks very unsettling. Yeah, it's supposed to look a bit unsettling. That might be the point. Little creepy grin, exactly. Yes, the head looks a bit too large to be in proportion. Really, for a mushroom? But yeah, you're right. Well, but it is a mushroom. It is a mushroom. It's so funny looking, haha, but it looks lovely. There's a tinge of Squidward in it. Ah. Oh right, you mean from SpongeBob? Yes, a little bit maybe. Yeah, kind of the arms look a bit octopus-like or squid-like. The nose, yeah. Oh right, maybe the nose. Oh right, you were continuing my Thunderbolts and Lightning quote. Missed that for some reason. I thought you meant the thing he was modeling. Very, very frightening. Aha. Are they enemies or allies? There's only two kinds of people. There's enemies and there's alleyways. Exactly. Make the guys tell you the direction to travel, but opposite. Travel. Oh, make these guys, not the guys. I thought you meant make the guys, like I was supposed to make chat tell me something. But no, that is a thing. That would be good. That would be a good thing. That would be in character for these. But what I've planned for these is quite a bit different. Is the mouth gonna open up? I doubt it. It's so small, I doubt it. Hey. Oh, right. Enemies and alleyways. Travel. Yes, travel, but opposite. Yeah, that's kind of what I have to say for that. Never look it in the eyes. Never look it in the eyes. That's when they get ya. If you look in their eyes. Never do it. Anyway, let's have a look at it in first person as well. There we go. Yeah, you can see that you can barely see it. Like from a bit further away you might be able to. I think it would need to be a bit bigger for you to be able to really see it. Or maybe due to if the animations if it like bends up as well, then you might be able to see it a bit better. I'll make it a bit bigger. Well, let's do S1.5. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. You can now see the face of it. A bit. If I zoom in. Ah, there you go. You can see the face. Also, let's just light this for fun. Oh wait, matchbox, there we go. Equip. And there we go. Light it more. Yes, there you go. And it is casting light on that as well, which is nice. I just want to activate the portal, just so that I can see it in a bit of a different light as well. Ooh. But now you can see the mushroom is actually quite sizable. It's quite large. This might be a bit too large, actually. Anyway, right, let's read chat. Travel. Great movie title, that. The mouth opens up and the jaw opens up and wraps around the bottom. No, of course not. My E key stopped working there for a second. Lol. Yeah, the E key is the most used. Here's a fun fact about keyboards. When keyboards were first designed for typewriters, the inventor of them deliberately put keys that were used often to very inaccessible places, because back then he was trying to make the rate of typing slow down so that the keyboard would break more slowly. It would get worn out more slowly, so they didn't want people to type that fast on it, which is why there's such a confusing keyboard layout of keys. It's not alphabetical because, well, that's not the intent. It was supposed to make it hard to type on, so you wouldn't break it as easily by typing on it, which is a fun fact. It's been a while since I've learned that, so if you do choose to use that as a fact, then I would suggest you look it up yourself, but I'm like 95% sure that that is a fact. My E keys, right. Never look at it with dented eyes. Never look at it with the dented eyes. Oh, right. Oh, I thought that they'd be quite a bit bigger. No, these ones not. These ones not so much. E. I don't know. It's probably that meme thing that you were talking about. Shinice, I could send you my animatronic games crouch script. Maybe. However, I may end up making my own character controller, in which case I would need to make my own crouch script as well, so there's not much point of it. But thank you for the offer. King Fango, you really got kind of far into that game, didn't you? Did you have a name? Well, I'm not sure that he got that far in it. He had quite a bit of the graphics done, also the crouch script, but I don't think he had that much of gameplay in it yet. Kinda did, but not carved in granite one. By the way, granite is an igneous rock, which means it's hardened lava, as opposed to a sedimentary rock, which is rock made from a lot of sediment, so a lot of stuff being washed down and then settling and then compressing. There is also a mixture of both, which I forget the name of. And I didn't get that far in it. A bit, yeah. Kangafango, what was the prototype name then? I made arcade machines and stuff. Well, one. And I made loads of game banners and press touch screens. Yes, I did. Those look good. Well, there were gonna be 3 main animatronics, and their names were in the game's name: Randy, Dan, and Fanny's Diner Management. Animatronics consist of Randy Raccoon, the one I've already modeled, Dodo Dan, and Fanny Fieldfare. Oh, you sound like a train there. Already designed them all, but I haven't modeled them yet. Aw, that's sweet. I've modeled a few toys of it. Thank you. I've also done concept art for a few things. The animatronics, the dining room, etc. Another thing which I've done is the animatronics microphone stand, and you could switch it on and off. Yes. Didn't do anything yet. Them, not it. True. Right, so with that, we've actually reached 11 o'clock. We're on time, for once. So let me end the stream. This stream went surprisingly well. And then watch it just crash now. But no, don't watch it crash now. Right, the stream went surprisingly well. Got quite a bit done, I think. 11? Yes, 11. They're at 14 now. Well, technically, 14, but 13, but technically 14. Because you've got Doctor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doctors 1 through 7. And then you've got Doctor 8, which is actually the War Doctor, but he counts as a regeneration. And then you've got the actual 8th. Well, no, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the War Doctor, which counts as the 9th one, even though it's actually just the War Doctor. So then the 9th Doctor is actually the 10th one, and the 11th is actually the 12th, and then also the 10th one I believe, also half regenerated, so that the... Actually, would that make sense? Yeah, so 10 is 11. Yeah, so then 11 is 12, which is why he needed the extra regenerations to get to 12, which is actually 13. So now 13, which is Jodie Whittaker's doctor, is actually 14. There's also a thing where David Tennant's doctor, doctor number 10 or actually 11, kind of half regenerated, but kept his face. They don't seem to count that as a regeneration, so there you go. 11, well, for Slovak it is. But still, 11? We've still got an hour until 11. But just kidding. Oh well, haha, teehee, and all that. Anyway, great work today. Cheers for the stream. Well, thank you very much for coming. It was lovely having you. Oh, there's a link to Marble. That's marvelous. Yes, the paintage of masonry was nice, and the modeling of sentient shroomage was lovely too. XD. That XD was probably owed to the joke I made, the pun about marble and marbly. No, not marbly. Marvelous. That's the one. Marvelous. Right, so with that, thank you all very much for coming. Thank you all very much for watching. Just shout outs and then I'll do marvelous. There's another one, yeah. Yeah, so shout out and I mentioned the stream will be archived. So shout outs, yes. Kangafango does lovely stuff on Sundays. He streams OMSI2 map development, Trains map development. He also streams train simulator driving, which he only started quite recently, and that's a big hit. Sometimes literally. Also truck driving. And yeah, that's very nice. Also, there's a trains project going on at the moment. It is it's a free map on the DLS in development. It's called Central Europe. Slovakia is part of that team. There's a version of it on the DLS. It's been updated recently. It's a huge map. Have a look at it if you want to. And there we go. Let me read chat again. Marvelous. Yeah, marbly. Another one. Wasn't that the one you did, Charles? Yes, one of them was marvelous. And then the other one I said previously, which was actually the second one I said, was marbly instead of lovely. But yeah, there you go. I need a bit of water actually. Haha. Sometimes literally XD. Yes, I thought you might find that funny. Boonk, or the bonk. Central Europe V0.99, yes! That is the name of the map. Woo, XD, thank you. Oh, no problem, you deserve it. I'll stream OMSI2 this Sunday. No building, I'll be driving on the newly released fictionalized South Devon map. Great. Oh, also, one more thing is... Try this. Boonk was correct. Good. One more thing is that this Saturday, so tomorrow, I'll be doing route building as well as driving a bit more on Marquis' fabulous Cornish Railways map. So that's a thing to look forward to. If you've not seen it, I've already driven a bit on it. You can skip through a bit of the streams on YouTube. You'll find it. It's the Cornish Railways exploration, something like that. Anyway, enough advertising. So with that, Sloveagle, yes, thank you a lot. Bye, Z's. Yes. Well, the stream will be archived, as I'm sure you know by now. Marquis 7890, yes. True. Anyways. Right, with that, thank you all very much for watching, and thanks for the shout-out, stream, and modeling. Bye. Oh, right, yes, bye. That's where was that? Bye. Didn't feel like 2 hours, honestly. It was lovely. As for Cornish multiplayer, I haven't been able to fix it yet. Don't worry about it, there is no time pressure at all. When you get round to it, it will be a nice thing to drive on. I'm looking forward to it, but no pressure at all. So, alright, Trains is a hole about it. An a-hole. This stream will be archived. It will be. There you go, just waving about in all sorts of ways. Oh, I see. Well, anyway, bye. I think it's time to go now. Yes. Bye.